between the arts and health is fantastic. So it's a newer statistic that's being used. Snow City Arts, which is the picture of the organization here, actually received a Coming Up Taller Award, which is a national award that the First Lady awards to very few organizations. So it was a really big honor and definitely something to celebrate. Illinois Creates is that study that I mentioned a little while back. Illinois Creates is our statewide coalition of arts education stakeholders. And I mentioned that because when I started talking at the beginning here, I talked about the importance of partnership. And we made a conscious decision that when we were doing our study and that when we were going to be pushing arts education as an issue, that it needed to not just be the Illinois Arts Alliance. It needed to be a broad coalition of stakeholders who felt ownership of this issue, who felt involved in the process, and who were all on the same page. The last thing we want is, 5 different lobbyists running around Springfield with talking out of, different issues, or all different arts people talking all over the place, because when you're talking to an elected official, they don't know if you're with this organization or that organization or the other organization. They know you're there representing the arts. So we want to make really sure that we make an effort to speak in a united voice, to know what each other are doing, to not step on each other's toes, and for God's sakes, if we have any ego issues or issues within ourselves, we leave those at the door, because we don't want them to be able to say, hey, these guys can't even get together themselves. Why am I going to support them? We want to be speaking in a strong, united voice, and that's how we can get things done. Of course, the very most impactful thing that you can do in speaking to an elected official, yeah, you've got your statistics and you've got your studies and you've got your research and all of that, but you really want to get them on a personal level. And that's talking about your own personal stories. And when you're giving those personal stories and talking about those things, you want to make sure that, for example, when you're talking about funding for the arts, you're not talking about the importance of this funding going to keep the lights on at the theater. Yeah, that's important for your organization, but what you want to you don't want them to say, so what? You want to talk to them about what this theater does for the community, how many kids it reaches, what's the impact. And that's the level that you want to be talking on. What's the big picture? How does this help the community? Not how does this help you, or how does this help your theater company? You want to get broader with them about that. So you have the meeting, you've been talking arts, you've been talking about having a great conversation or not having a great conversation. Either way, you want to make sure that you make the ask. You're there for a reason. You want to state, if you have it, a bill number, and make it very clear what you would like the legislator to do on that issue, and make your ask. And try and get an answer. Can I count on you for your support on this? That's what you're there for, so you want to make sure that you do it. I also want to say, sometimes we meet with people, for example, that we know are not going to support public funding for the arts. We know they're not. So we have to think about what we can accomplish with those folks. And we know when we're trying to get a bill passed, or we're trying to block legislation, or we're trying to get funding passed, that this is a numbers game. This is a number of votes that are going to be needed to pass this legislation or block this legislation, whether it's a small committee or a committee on the whole or whatever. And you want to be counting your votes and be very strategic about that. And you kind of think about people, and I kind of think about people in 3 categories. There are the people I'm never going to get. They're philosophically opposed to funding for the arts. They're way over there. They're not going to change. I'm not going to get them. So the most that I can hope for those folks is that they're not going to cause a problem for me. So what I want to do is diffuse them. At least try and, get them not to get an amendment to cut you, or, not speak up against you. sometimes that's a success in itself. Then there are people on the other side that are always supportive of you, whether you talk to them or not. They totally believe in funding for the arts or public policy for the arts, and they're always going to be behind you. And it's really important to celebrate those folks and thank them and keep them in the loop and, you know, stay in touch with them. But you don't have to spend a lot of time and effort on those folks. Where you really want to work is the people that are sitting right on the fence.